welcome to yet another video. What if I told you there's a completely new way to understand mathematics? One that changes how we think about solving equations, specifically simultaneous equations. Welcome to Pedagogical Scalar Method, a modern mathematical framework designed to bridge concepts, intuition, and logic into a single system of learning. My name is Prince Debela, and in this video, I'll take you through how the PSM transforms complex problems into a clear, visual, and teachable steps, giving students and teachers a new lens for true mathematical understanding. So, if you've ever felt like maths was missing something, stay tuned. Now, this might be breakthrough you have been waiting for. Now, given any two linear systems, okay, meaning that you can be given two linear in a form of px plus qy, which is equals to a, and rx plus sy equals to b, where, let me include the following conditions, where pq r s are all elements of integers. Okay, so they are all elements of integers, meaning that if you are given whatever two linear systems in that format, you can easily just punch those values in a geometric combination like this to get the value of x, and you can also substitute the values right here geometrically just to get the value of y as well. For example, if given any two equations such as this, you can also compute any two linear systems. Okay, let's say maybe you're given something like 7x maybe minus y, or let's make it 2y, in fact, to make it more interesting, equals to maybe 13. Okay, something of this nature, and then maybe followed by let's say another one, negative 10 maybe, x, and then plus y, and then let's say equals to maybe 20. Any two linear systems given in that nature of px plus qy equals to a, and rx plus sy equals to b. Now, what you should not worry about is that you definitely need to substitute those values with their signs. You do not have to leave their signs behind. Now, that means you can choose whichever equation you want. In this case, whichever. As I say whichever, it means any equation. You can either choose this equation to be your equation 1 or this to be your equation 2. Reason, you need to name which one is your p, which one is the value of p, and which one is the value of q. Any equation you start with, it's okay, which is what I'm gonna do here. Let's say this is p, and then this is our value of q, then this will be our value of a, alright? And then if this is r, then this is the value of s. That means the value of s here is 1, and then this will be the value of b. Now, if you directly just press those numbers, okay, which is one thing that I want us to do right now, that means the value of x, we're going to say then x is given as what? X is given as as multiplied by, as minus bq. So the value of a in here is 13, right? So we're going to say 13 into the value of s right here is 1. So we're going to say multiplied by 1. Then minus, okay, the value of b. The value of b here is 20. So we're going to say minus 20 into the value of q. Now the value of q here, it's minus 2. So we're going to put it in brackets as well. Minus 2, not minus 20, I meant to say. So it's minus, come on, minus 2. All right. Then all over the value of p. Now the value of p right here is 7. So we're going to say 7 right here into the value of s, and the value of s is also 1 again right here. And then we're going to say subtract the value of q, which is minus 2. So we're going to open another bracket and say minus 2 then multiplied by the value of r, and the value of r right here is minus 10, so we're going to say minus 10. Now when we press our calculator right here, we're going to say x equals, then let's press our calculator. I do hope that you have your calculator with you right there, which is something that I'm going to do right now. So I'm just going to press it on my calculator quickly, which is 13 into 1 minus 20 into negative 2 all over 7 into 1 minus into minus 2 into minus 10. Now the value of x right here tells us that it is negative 53 over 13. Okay, so now that's the value of x that we get, right? I want us to actually, I'm going to show you both ways. All right, let's choose this. Let's calculate the value of y. Now the value of y in this case, it is given as what? Now the value of y in this case, it is given as the value of a multiplied by r, which is going to be 13 again. 13 multiplied by r, and then the value of r right here is negative 10, so we're going to say negative 10, then minus the value of b. The value of b is 20, so we're going to say 20 into the value of p, it's positive 7, so we're going to say positive 7 right here all over the value of q. The value of q again is negative 10, so we're going to say negative 10 into the value of r. Okay, I made a mistake. The value of q right here, I hope I didn't make mistakes. The value of q is, okay, I made a mistake, sorry, let me rectify that part. So the value of q is not negative 10, rather negative 2, so we're gonna say negative 2, and then the value of r right here is minus 10. Okay, minus 10, and then minus the value of s. The value of s is positive 1 into the value of p, which is positive 7. So I'll just double check everything afterwards. Right, let's press the calculator once again. 13 into negative 10, then minus 20 into 7 all over negative 2 into negative 10 minus 1 into 7. Then you press your calculator, you get negative 270 all over 13 as well. So now this is the value of y, and this is the value of x, right? That's, you have chosen any x value, right? I mean, you have chosen whichever equation to put as your equation 1. Do not worry about which one has to be equation 1. Now I'm gonna do it in this way. Let's change their values, all right? Not their values per se. What I mean is that let's change which one is equation 1 and which one is equation 2. Okay, which is what I'm gonna do. Let's say maybe the one below is now equation 1. So that means this will be the value of p, this will be the value of q, then the value of a, then value of b, the value of s, and the value of r right here. So let's compute the same thing once again. Let's say x must still give us the same answer. We said that the value of x must be as, right? It's gonna be the value of a, which is gonna be 20. We're gonna do the same thing, 20 into, then multiplied by the value of s, then the value of s here, it's gonna be negative 2 minus the value of b, and then the value of b here will be 13, so it's gonna be 13 into, then the value of q. Now the value of q right here is 1. Okay, the value of q is gonna be 1, then we're gonna say all over, then the value of p is going to be, the value of p is gonna be negative 10 into the value of s, which is gonna be negative 2 again, then minus the value of q, and then the value of q is just 1 into the value of r, which our value of r is just 7. So when you press our calculator right here, we must find the same values, which is what we're gonna do. So it's gonna be 20 into minus 2, right? Then minus into minus 13 into 1 when you press your calculator, and then below it's supposed to be negative 10 into minus 2 minus 1 into 7. So when you press your calculator as well, you get the same answer. You get negative 53 all over 13. So whichever, I'm gonna leave it right there, because whatever you do will still give you the same answer. But now what matters right now, it's not a matter of getting the same values. I want to show you that you will still get the same values when you compute it the traditional way. When you compute it the traditional way, you will still find the same values. For instance, take a look at how much time do you spend finding these values without having to compute, by just substituting and pressing the calculator and getting your answer. It takes you probably approximately less than 1 minute. But let's do the actual traditional method. You'd have to then write your equation 1, which is 7x, let's say 7x minus 2y equals to 13. You say it's equation 1. Then you're going to continue by saying then negative 10x plus y equals to 20. Then you say equation 2. Then from there you're going to say from equation 1, equation 2 right? Then you're going to make y the subject of the formula. Then you're going to say y equals to 20 plus 10x, which is equation 3. Then you then say substitute. You're going to say sub 3 into 1. Then you substitute. You say 7x minus 2, where there is y, you substitute with what you have, which is 20 minus I plus 10x, then close bracket equals to 13. Then you multiply out. So basically what you do here, take a look at how much time do you spend right there. Then you're gonna say 7x minus 2 times this one is gonna give you negative 40 straight. Then negative 2 multiplied by 10 is just gonna give you negative 20x, right? Then this side you have 30. Then what you're gonna do right here is you're gonna then add this following ones. You're gonna say negative 20 plus 7, which is gonna give you negative 13x, and then this side you have 13, and then when you transpose this negative 40 that other side, you get plus 40, and then 40 plus 13 gives you what? 40 plus 13 gives you exactly 53. Then this side you have negative 13. When you divide both sides by 13, you're gonna get the following. Divide both sides by negative 13, you get that x equals to negative 53 all over 13, which is practically the same value as we got from above. We get negative 53 over 13. Same thing, when you say y, then you substitute back your value of x, which is going to be 20 plus 10 into the value negative 53 over 13, and you can easily just punch your calculator straight away, which is going to be 20 plus 10 into negative 53 all over 13. When you press that thing on your calculator straight away, you get negative 270 over 13, which exactly is the same value. Oh, I forgot to write 13 right here. It's supposed to be 13 right here. Yes, you get exactly the same value as you do when you do the traditional method, but roughly take a look at how much time it would have spent you. Approximately more than a minute to actually get your answer. With this one, you substitute and you get the right values right away. Now make sure you watch part 2 for you to learn more about where you can also apply the PSM, Pedagogical Scalar Method, by Prince Debila. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below if you will use this method, and thank you.